Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I welcome you again, and I hope that you all are fine by the grace of Almighty. So, moving forward, we are studying the chapter Light from our textbook. The heading here is that what is inside our eyes? Okay, what's inside our eyes? How can we see the objects? What are the parts which enable us to see these objects? So before this, I would like to throw some light on the another topic, that is sunlight, white or colored. Is sunlight white or colored? In class 7th, you learned that sunlight is referred to as white light. Okay, the white light which we see during the day is known as this is the sunlight. But in general, if we talk about the light does not consist us only one color. Okay, light consists of several colors, seven colors. Okay, seven colors. You may have learned about VIBGYOR. That's violet, blue, green, yellow, indigo, orange, and red. So these are the seven colors which is light made up of. So, what is inside our eyes? How can we see the objects with the help of eye? Let's see that how can we see the objects inside by with the help of our eye. So, eye is one of the most important sense organ, and it is therefore important to understand its structure and working. Uh, the eye has a roughly spherical shape. Okay, in it doesn't have a complete rounded shape, but it is roughly in spherical shape. And the outer coat of the eye is white. Okay, you may have seen the white color, which is the outer coating. Okay, that is the outer coating, and that coating is somehow tough, so that it can protect the interior of the eye from accidents. Okay, and its transparent front part is called as cornea. This is the cornea, as you can see here. This is the outer part. Okay, this is the outer part. This is cornea. This outer part is cornea. Okay, so this is the cornea. It's called cornea. And behind this cornea, okay, behind this outer coating, and behind this cornea, we find a dark muscular structure called iris. Okay, so there is a dark muscular structure called iris. This is the iris. This is the iris. Okay, yeah, or this is the iris. As you can see here, this colored part is iris. Okay, and it's iris which tells us that which color of eye you consist. Is it dark color? Is it brown, or is it something? So this color depends upon the color of this iris. Okay. So in the iris there is a small opening called the pupil. There is a small opening. Okay, this is called the pupil. As you can see, this dark spot here. So this is the pupil. You may have observed that in the eye there is a dark spot, that's called the pupil. Okay, and the size of the pupil is controlled by the iris. So it's controlled by the iris. Basically, the this iris, it gets extended when there is dim light, okay, and it gets contracted when there is bright light. Okay, and we will learn that what is this phenomena when there is a dim light. This pupil gets contracted. This gets enlarged, and when there is bright light, and this pupil gets contracted, and this gets stretched. Sorry, this gets contracted. So the reason behind is that there must be sufficient amount of sunlight or light, reflected light, which should enter our eyes. If there is large amount of reflected light which enter our eyes, that can damage our eyes. Okay, and if there is less amount of light which is entering our eyes, so we cannot see the objects clearly. So this pupil, what it does is it contracts when there is bright light, so that the possible or the right amount of light enter our eyes. And when there is darkness, or there is dim light, so this gets extended, so that the sufficient amount of light enter our eyes, and we can see the image more properly, or clearly. So this iris is the part of the eye which gives it its distinctive color. So this iris gives us the distinctive color. That means this color can vary from person to person. And when we say that the person has a green eyes, we refer actually to the color of iris. Okay, and the iris controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Let's see how. So this iris controls the amount of light entering our eyes. So here is the activity by which you can observe the how iris controls the amount of light entering our eye. The activity says that look into your friend's eye. Okay, you have to look into your friend's eye. Observe the size of the pupil. You have to observe the size of the pupil in the friend's eye, and throw light on her eye with a torch. Okay, there should be torch in your hand, and you have to throw light with the help of torch, and observe the pupil now. Now you can see the different pupil. The size of the pupil will be different. Okay, switch up the torch and observe her pupil once again. Do you notice any change in the size of the pupil? In which case the pupil uh, was larger? What do you think it was so? Okay. So what you have to do is you have to take a torch, and you have to throw light on your friend's eye. But before throwing light on in your friend's eye, you have to observe the size of the pupil in the front eye, and then through the large this light with the help of torch, and again observe this size of the pupil, and you will find the difference in the size of the pupil. Okay, you will find the difference. In the first case, you will find that the pupil was large in size, or the size of the pupil was greater. And when you throw the light on the pupil, you will see that the pupil will get contracted. This is because the large amount of light is entering our eye. So this gets contracted, so that the sufficient amount of light enter our eyes. So behind the pupil of the eye is a lens, which is thicker in the center. So behind this pupil, as we can see that behind this pupil, so behind this pupil is the lens. So this is the lens. Okay, this is behind the pupil. Pupil is here, and this lens is behind this pupil. So behind this pupil of the eye is a lens which is thicker in the center. So this lens is thicker in the center. We have studied that which lens is thicker in the center. That is convex lens. Okay, there are two types of lens. One is concave lens and another one is convex lens. And the convex lens is thicker in the middle, or thicker in the center, and thinner at the edge. And the convex or concave lens is thinner at the center and thicker at the edges. Okay, so there is a convex lens. Okay, there is a convex lens in our eyes. What is the use of this lens? So recall what you have learned about lenses in class 7. In class 7 you have studied this, that what kind of lens is thicker in the center, in the middle. So this lens focuses light on the back of the eye, on a layer called retina. So this focuses this lens focuses the light on the retina. Okay, this is the retina here. This entire is retina. Okay, so what is the working, or how does this lens work? It converges the light coming from the source. So this convex lens is also called the converging lens. Okay, this is because it converges light which comes from the source. So this the light then meets at the same point where the image is formed. So the image is formed on the retina. Okay, it's formed on the retina. The retina contains several nerve cells. Okay, sensations felt by the nerve cells are then transmitted to the brain through the optic nerve. So this retina consists of several cells. Okay, and the working of the, or the function of the cells is that it will sense that image. Okay, so the sensation felt by the nerve cells are then transmitted to the brain through the optic nerve. So so behind the retina is the optic nerve. This is the optic nerve. Okay, and this optic nerve, the function of this optic nerve is to carry the message to the brain. Okay, to carry the message to the brain. uh, it uh, it it tells the brain that what kind of image the I have seen. Okay, or how big is the image, or what kind of thing we are seeing. Okay, so this tells, this is the function of optic nerve. It transmitted this message to the brain. And there are two kinds of cells, okay, which is present in the optic nerve, or sorry, which is present on the retina. There are two kinds of cells. First one is cones, which are sensitive to the bright light. Okay, and second one is rods, which are sensitive to the dim light, and cone cell color, cone sense color. Okay, the first ones, which are cones, these cone cells sense color. That means they tell us which color you are seeing. Okay, is it dark, is it bright, is it white, is it blue, etc. So these cones tells us which kind of color you are seeing. At the junction of the optic nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells. As you can see here, see here, uh, at the junction of optic nerve and retina, there is a spot, and there is a spot that's called a dark spot. Okay, or that's called a blind spot. So, at the junction of the optic nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells. So, no vision is possible at that spot. As you can see here, this is called blind spot. Here, uh, there are no sensory cells. This means that it will not sense any image. It will not tell us that, or the image will not be formed here. So its existence can be demonstrated by the following activity.